So I decided to stay in Yaniv for a little bit, explore around, see what I can find, because honestly, one of the most important things you can do is actually explore the regions. It's kind of a double-edged sword in that matter because when you're playing on Master, it can be kind of hard to explore, at least comfortably, but you will see at least some payouts if you do that, because if you find something good, you're not going to use it, just sell the thing off, easy money, right? And if you find something that you might use, keep it, store it, you're good to go. You just need to kill a little bit of time just so you can get the jobs rolling in from each region, right? So I recommend just basically taking a stroll into each region, see what you find, try to get comfortable with them. Find one that you either like and stick with it, or go around like I've been mentioning, like right here, just roaming around, and I happened along this village. There's a bunch of snorks in there. I find that snorks are very 50-50 with me. I either get obliterated by these guys, or I actually can handle my own against them. They are really fast, they jump, they hit really hard. Man, these guys, they can ruin your day very quickly. So, get used to fighting them. Try to fucking get their movements down. It'll help a ton. Headshots matter a ton as well. Man, it's crucial that you really get these guys down. Like, same as bloodsuckers, right? You basically are going to be fighting a ton of these guys, bloodsuckers, and I mean, fucking what else? I feel like chimeras and pseudo giants are a little rare. Pseudo dogs you find every now and then. Blind dogs you see plenty. The cat, I think they call them Bayun. Like, those things are some of the worst that you can fight because of the whole hallucinations and shit, so try to get used to your mutants. It'll help a ton. Just be ready to die a ton to them as well, learning their movesets if you aren't used to it already. I'm sure the veteran stalkers out there laughing a little bit because it's like, yeah, no shit. They're like your main worry other than the zone itself trying to kill you via anomalies, the emissions, or actual other stalkers, right? So, mutants, pay attention to them and make sure you always at least search for the parts. That's one thing I had kind of forgotten about the early stages of this playthrough because I took like 4 months off of Stalker, right? I got this game at the beginning of 2026, this year, so it was a little bit of playing it for like a couple weeks, and then I forgot a lot of shit coming back. Sorry, off topic. This guy tells me to go and kill his buddy, right, his partner. He gives me a location of his stash, so I decided to head straight over there to see if there was anything good. His buddy was there. It was pretty easy to get rid of him. The place has tripwires everywhere. He mentioned it before, telling me to go get this guy, so I made sure to actually look for him. Now, I got half decent loot out of the stash, but for the most part, it's gonna be pretty dog shit whenever you go to loot these things. Like, I barely got stuff that was worth it, and really you could debate if it's worth it, because if you don't use the vector, the integral A is what I think they call it in here, then like the mag I got for it isn't gonna matter. There's a ton of traps in here, by the way. But the blue medkits, that's huge. That is massive. And then those 9mm rounds, like, I have such a stockpile of ammunition because I refuse to sell it, but you should probably sell stuff you ain't gonna use, right? But in my case, I ended up using it later. Now, while exploring even more, I was happening around, kind of the like Red Forest and Yaniv region, right? Like the boundaries of it. I was kind of wandering. I found this little spot, and I wanted to actually look in these places. I heard some rats outside, and of course they fucking run in behind me, man. It actually kind of jump scared me a little bit. It feels like I am watching just like this little fucking wimpy kid fight these guys right now. It's so hard to watch myself after seeing, what I can go against nowadays. It's like, you're really gonna struggle against some rodents here and there, man. Anyways, though, we're going in here. You really should check the doors more. Like, I am not checking anything for tripwires. Just check them, alright? It's not that hard. Going downstairs, I heard a bloodsucker right about here. He uncloaked. And I was like, okay, he's down here beneath me. The motherfucker came in from above me, scared the fucking dog shit out of me, and I barely lived that. Totally didn't panic, stayed cool the entire time. Shotgun's doing its job, though. Worth to go and get this thing. Telling you. I was trying to figure out where malachite is so I can start putting the parts towards, money. But to be fair, I'm all the way up here in Yaniv, so I still have a trip to go to Rostok and then to malachite. On the way, though, managed to find a little, anomaly with some artifacts in it. Now, of course, this one just happened to be inside one of those wind gust ones, so I actually had to throw a bolt in, wait on it to fucking go off, and then grab the thing. But, I'm not so good at it at this point, so I have to do it again. It's not really pretty, right? But we end up getting a spring, pretty sure? Yeah, the spring. It's just more weight if you need it. It does give you rads, but it is good if you need just like a quick boost to your weight capacity just so you can run again. I don't really use them a lot in this run, but I like to keep them on me just in case I need them, which is probably their best use case, just to have them on you, just in case. It's nice pretty there, isn't it? I found more guys on the way to Rostok, right? Two groups of guys fighting each other. Now, I didn't know who it was, what they were doing, why they were doing it, but I just picked a side and I helped them. Usually you kind of want to think about this kind of stuff, but the furthest I thought about it was they probably have some good loot, right? They probably have something I could sell. So I went ahead and just went after it. Not exactly the best shots here. The variant of the AK I'm using, called Drowned, it doesn't really let you put any other attachments like scopes or anything on there, I don't believe, so I think I'm stuck with irons. I mean, I might not actually be, and I just was stingy, but I'm pretty sure it was irons only for like a really long time for me on this. I don't even think I put anything else on it, right? But actually having to like squint and lean forward to see where these guys are because they're like pixels on the screen, barely any of them. It was a little rough, and of course they're not doing a ton of damage, but it's definitely felt when you're bleeding constantly when they're fighting you. Honestly, it took me a while to get used to using the irons on this thing, but once you get used to it, you have a pretty good weapon here that'll have, good stopping power with the goddamn grenade launcher on the damn thing, and it being an AK has the easiest accessible ammo, probably. Well, let's say like the third most accessible ammo type in the game, other than like 9x19 and 9mm ammo. I feel like I get a lot of 5.45. Along on the way, oh, a shotgun as well, but on the way there's some dogs that tried to jump me. You gotta like take the fights as you can for this loot, but you have to stay focused on what you're doing in here, I've noticed. Like, you can't get sidetracked too much. Obviously, you don't want to get caught out in a mission, because, they're random as fuck, I've had them hit back to back, it felt like, and it's like, dude, I can't fucking do anything when shit like that happens. Like, I usually like to hit all these different rounds, like for artifacts, but sometimes they just hit multiple times, right? So, getting to Rostok, I finally found the guy that gives me, like, the radial jobs, right? Ones I can just come back for infinitely. He has one that seemed like it was just, like, a set one. Picked that one up, and I picked up one of the repeating ones. Thankfully, he does pay you at least half decently, so that was an upside. But, to be honest with you, and I'm telling you this just for later, just to let you know, I'm still on the second job for him because I can't fucking find the goddamn magic cube this motherfucker wants. I don't know who hired this man to hire me to find that thing, but I am still trying to find that fucking thing to this day, okay? Rant aside, he tells me to go and settle this tab for these guys, right? So I decided to run out of there and go do this immediately. It's right next door to Rostok. Like, Rostok itself, as a lot of you guys know, is this giant fucking factory area, right? So, like, you just had to run out and basically go like 5 feet out the door, and here it is. What I did not expect is the amount of bullshit to run into in here. These guys were going to war with, I'm pretty sure it was a poltergeist, but it was a pyro variant, right? See, at this point in the game, I didn't even know they had other variants of these mutants, right? So, I just figured, you know, they were just shooting at each other, doing whatever, right? And they were a little bit, but I really didn't know what was going on. It's so chaotic. And then, you know, shit started getting thrown at me. It only got worse, right? As it progressively went on, you can actually see the pyrogeist up there in the top. I did not see him, or if I did, I don't remember, like, knowing what he was or anything, but there was so much going on here that I had to, like, focus on the actual people and then trying to get out of there, right? Because even though I was really close and it had just saved, you kind of want to do this shit efficiently, right? You don't want to spend a lot of time doing these fucking encounters. So I got a little bit of loot off of these guys. Hardly really worth it, but it's alright to at least just get food off of them, okay? I'm not gonna lie. Now, aiming aside, I'm trying to use my pistol because you don't have to repair Skiff's pistol. It just stays 100% basically. Well, I think it can lose condition, but it doesn't cost anything to repair it, okay? So it's a free weapon for you to run when you need to. Granted, it's not the best, but if you have decent enough aim, you can headshot enemies. A lot of the time they will just go down. Granted, if there's a lot of them here, you're gonna have to do a lot of headshotting. Like, this area, I did not think there was this many guys here. Like, all these guys didn't settle a tab at a place that they were like 20 feet away from. Like, I understand why this guy didn't want to ask them to pay up, but one guy, you send me, one man after all these guys, is insane. But he's gonna pay me like 7 grand for it, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be honest, it's what I need to do. And then I get hit in the head with a brick. That's when I went into full panic mode, man, and I was like, I have to get the fuck out of here, because I'm like out of heals, like good heals. Medkits are gone. I have to realize where the hell I'm at, see if I need to run. It's not looking good. I can't really heal with anything other than the bandages, right? So I was thinking maybe I can go in there, but the smart move was to actually go the other way, run back, get a med kit, basically, and then get there, put him down. So that's exactly what I did. I ran all this way just to make sure this motherfucker wasn't gonna win in that regard. Now, I left a lot of loot back there. I left whatever the fuck else was on the ground. Honestly, in the long run, it doesn't matter. Loot in this game is infinitely spawning. Alright, that's what I was talking about last one. It was like, if you commit, money usually isn't a problem. Because eventually the scraps that you'll make off of some of the guys, you know, just their guns, will be a decent amount for like covering repair costs and stuff. But right now, in this instance, I kinda need everything. And even though it's not gonna give me a lot, I need it. I need the money. So it's hard to leave that loot, but this difficulty makes you do that kind of shit. It makes you, you know, decide, like, what is more important, actually getting, like, a couple of guns, or, you know, sending a goddamn message to these motherfuckers out here. Because mutants, man, they don't understand, alright? You gotta teach them. Sometimes you just gotta teach them a thing or two, alright? Now, I understand. It's just a pyrogeist. It's really nothing special. I know. At this point in the game, though, this guy was probably, I would say, the most annoying mutant I had ran into so far. And he was the one that needed to understand what it meant to throw that fucking thing at my head, alright? There's a medkit in here, look at that. I didn't even have to run all the way. But he probably would have killed me, let's be honest. So I went ahead, just laid him out best I could. It's not pretty, but I get better at it, okay? Nowadays, I hunt these guys just for the 25,500 on the fucking routine. So, it's worth it. Get used to fighting these guys. With all that done, I got paid, and on the next one, I'll be going to do a bit more routine stuff, like artifact hunting and just your normal jobs again through the slag heap, alright? For fucking nothing, but I'm doing it.